Hey guys, welcome back to my $0 to $10,000 challenge. So this video is part 3 of a series of videos where I tried to go from absolute zero to earning over $10,000 online. First of all, I just want to apologize to anyone that's been following this challenge because it has been a little while since my last update. I actually paused the challenge. I stopped doing it for a little while. I'll let you know a little bit later on in this video the reasons for that. But the good news is I'm back and I'm ready to crush it and smash the goal of hitting $10,000. Because it's been a little while since the last update, here's a little recap of where we got up to so far. In part 1, I started making a little bit of money from free cashback sites by signing up to trials, free trials, and then what you can do is cancel those trials and keep the little bit of cashback that they give you. I also set up a Fiverr gig where I was adding borders around people's Clubhouse profile pictures. This Fiverr gig actually took off and I started to get a lot of orders coming through on a daily basis, which brought in a nice chunk of cash. I then started doing a drop service in business where I was selling done-for-you crypto news sites. I wasn't actually building those sites. I was outsourcing it on Fiverr and I was keeping the difference as a profit. Next, I decided to move into affiliate marketing, but because I didn't have a lot of cash, what I actually did is paid for a woodworking Facebook group, and then I used the traffic in that Facebook group to actually promote woodworking products on ClickBank, which again brought in some money. So we ended the last video with a total of $857.62, which was amazing because I started from absolute zero and I managed to build up to just short of $1,000 from scratch, which was great. We had momentum, the challenge was going well, people were loving it, and unfortunately I had to pause it. I paused the Fiverr gigs, I stopped doing the Fiverr gigs, I stopped doing the drop servicing, and I also stopped posting in the Facebook group. And the main reason for that is just because I just didn't have enough time. Because if you follow me, you'll know that I've obviously got a few different income streams that make me money and that I'm focusing on. And I just looked down one day and I thought, Liam, how can you justify spending hours and hours per day adding borders around people's Clubhouse pictures when you've got this side of your business which needs you a lot more? And I just had to say, well, I just need to pause it for now. But the good news is I'm back, and the reason I'm back is down to you guys messaging me and commenting and DMing me pretty much every single day over the last couple of months, asking me where part 3 of this challenge is and why I've not uploaded it. So I'm back, and I always wanted to do it, but I was thinking, how can I basically hit this target in the most time efficient way? So I was continuing to think of different ways that I could do it. And then I was on Facebook one day and I stumbled across this post here, which I'm going to show you. And it says, not bad returns for $100 on SafeMoon. And basically this guy turned £100 into £13,000, which is probably around about $16,000 with a cryptocurrency called SafeMoon. You might have heard of it. It's like a hype coin. It blew up and there was a lot of people talking about it. And this guy made a lot of money, and I was like, bam, maybe this is what I should do with this money. Maybe should I risk it? Should I give this a go? First of all, before I tell you what happened with that, I just want to say that this is not financial advice. Gambling with these coins is very risky. You can lose all of your money. Do not take anything that I'm going to say to you now as kind of advice or feel like you should copy what I've done. Because it's very, very risky. It is essentially gambling. So I just want to make that clear before we go into what I did over the next steps. So I saw this and I thought, I've got a bit of cash. The challenge is currently paused. I might as well just try and see whether I can reach these levels that this guy reached. So out of my $857, I decided to spend, I think here's the log, it's $649. I spent on SafeMoon and I got 99 billion or so. I don't even know how to pronounce that number. I got a crazy amount of these coins and I invested that money in it. And I'll show you on the graph where I actually bought it. So I actually paid for it around about here on Wednesday, the 21st of April, which as you can see, it was very at a peak. It was very, very high. I'm no crypto expert. I didn't even know what I was doing. I saw people investing in it and I decided to spend the money there. Then, as you can guess, what happened is that was basically the all-time high and it started to crash. It went all the way down and I started to lose money to about this point down here. And then what I decided to do, I thought, this is not the strategy, this is not working, and then I sold. I made the biggest mistake of buying high and selling low, which is what they tell you not to do. and I sold the coin there, and I think I ended up with about $450, if I remember rightly, that I had remaining. So I lost money on that. Unfortunately, it started to go back up again. So if I would have just held it, I would be in profit now. But unfortunately, I sold it when it was low, and I panicked, and I thought maybe I shouldn't be doing this. So I lost money, but then I was back on Twitter having a look around, like what people were talking about. I thought I'm going to give this another go with a bit of cash that I've got. And I saw a lot of people talking about this coin here called Australian Safe Shepherd, but it's actually abbreviated to AS. And it was having quite a bit of hype around it on Twitter. And I thought I might as well just put the money into that. I've just taken it out of SafeMoon and I'll stick it in that. And that's exactly what I did. And you can see here on my little log, I bought a few coins there. But the main bulk of it is this 63 billion or whatever, however you say it. So I put $429 there on the 21st of April. And then I think I had to do it in a few different transactions. But like the rest is like pennies, like £1, $1.24. Well, just under $450 I put into the ARS token. And then I'll show you on the graph where we got up to with that. I'll show you where I invested. So I invested here around the 21st of April, which was actually at a peak for its time. It was doing quite well. And then the same thing happened. It dropped. You can't really see it there, but it basically dropped. And then it stayed quite stagnant for a while. And I thought, I'm not doing the same thing that I did again. I'm not going to panic sell for a loss. I'm just going to leave it. So I basically left the money in there. And as you can see, it didn't really do much. It kept on dying and dying. I think it went down to around about $100 from my $450 investment. And then obviously it peaked up here, but I'll explain that in a second. So I was like, well, my money's tied up in ARS coin. I've got $100. So basically, I think I've just messed up this challenge. And I thought, I blew it. I've messed up this challenge. I managed to build up to $850, and I've just wasted almost all of it on these crappy coins that have just died, and I've just ruined it. But I still had $200 left that wasn't tied up from the challenge because I made $850 odd, I think, in total. So I had like $200 sat there that I still could have invested. And I thought, I'm going to give this one last chance. I'm going to give it. It was basically just gambling. I thought, I'm just going to give it one last chance. And I was looking on Reddit. There's a Reddit called Crypto Moonshots where they show you all of these brand new coins that are launching. And I thought maybe I'll just try and find a coin. And I stumbled across this coin called AstroPup. Which again, if you think of the name, it's a daft coin. They're trying to jump on the hype of Dogecoin. They're making these stupid, funny coin names and hoping that they're going to moon. And I put about here, right at the beginning, I put about $120 or $130 in. And I'll show you the transaction here. So this is on my transaction. So I put here $120 into AstroPup and got 891 billion coins, I think. And as you can see from this graph, things started to go very, very well indeed. What I actually decided to do was take out my initial investment at the start because I thought if these coins keep dying, I'm just going to get it. So when it jumped up about 2 hours later, took my initial, it went up to about $1,000, I think. In fact, it turned into $1,000. Took my initial investment out, and then I basically went to sleep. And then I woke up the next day, and it had hit over $10,000 from this single $100 investment that I put in. And then it continued to grow and grow and grow. We come back to my BSC scan, you can see that 2 days in, or 1 and a bit days in, I decided to take out some money out of the investment. So I actually took $4,300 in total from that cash, and I saved that in my wallet in BNB. And then I left around about, I think it was about $6,000 in there. And I thought, I'm just going to leave this 6K. And what happened, it continued to moon and moon and moon, and it kept hitting like all-time highs and going higher and higher. And then it did drop for a little bit, and then it went back up and back up. And I was like, boom, Liam, you've cracked it here. And then eventually what happened after a little while, I think it ended up getting to around about $10,000, and then Elon Musk dropped that tweet where he was slagging off Bitcoin for being not eco-friendly, and then people started selling all crypto, and I thought maybe this is the massive crypto crash. Maybe everyone's going to get rid of their crypto coins. So I got paper hands and I decided to sell it. You can see 2 hours and 17 hours ago, the main bulk of my coins, if we click on that, I withdrew $9,217.69 from that. So in total, I made almost like $15,000, maybe it's like $14,000 from that $100 investment in this Mooning coin, which was unbelievable. And at the same time, my Ars coin started to pop off as well, and it started booming. And I think it ended up going up to kind of like $8,000. But again, with this crash, I decided to jump out, and I think I ended up selling my whole bag of ass for around about $2,500 in total. And I transferred it all back to Binance. And as you can see here, this is my Binance current balance, which I'm going to be withdrawing any minute. But you can see here, $12,068. I actually had $17,000 in there, but since then I've actually decided to go back into Arscoin because I think it's got quite a bit of potential. So I've transferred another 5k back into Arscoin. So I've got that as well, but you can see there I've definitely hit the $12,000 from these coins, and that is in cash as well. It's not in crypto, but they show it in Bitcoin for some reason. But yeah, it's in pounds. So I've got $12,000 here in my Binance, which I'm going to withdraw to my bank account. But I've also got $5,000 in Arscoin at the moment, which means a total of $17,000 that I've managed to get to. So the good news is I smashed the challenge. It took me a while, and I've gone through lots of different strategies. And yeah, I did get some lucky trades here at the end, and I've jumped in these coins. But you could say it was luck, but I actually tried a few different times and failed, and then I got one that popped off. It's good timing, found a good coin. It worked very, very well. And I did use the money that I earned in the beginning of this challenge. So I did it. I can't believe it, but I did it. And I'm so glad that I managed to carry on with the challenge and just went for it. And it was a big risk, and I was genuinely expecting just to spend the money when they started crashing, and I thought, I'm just going to cancel this challenge. I'm not carrying on. But it worked out well. I hit the target of going from $0 to $10,000. And hopefully this video has given you some motivation. I'm not saying go out there and gamble your money on these coins. It's very risky, but it shows you that you might not have any money at the start. Now you might have zero money. I have gone from literally zero, doing service-based Fiverr gigs, offering a service, doing stuff which takes my time and effort to earn small amounts of money. I then reinvest them into some tools like Kartra, earn more money, and then you have a bit more cash to take on more riskier things like this. And it's actually not risky because I'm using money which I didn't have to start with. So hopefully this challenge has shown you that you can make money from zero if you put your mind to it, and you put your effort, and you put effort in, and you actually want to make it work. I hope you enjoyed this challenge, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you did, please give the video a thumbs up, because it really, really helps me out, and it doesn't cost you anything at all. And this video took me a long time. Well, not this video, but this whole challenge took me a long time to create. And I just did it just for the content. So if you did enjoy it, make sure you hit the thumbs up and let me know in the comments what you thought of it. Until next time, cheers, guys. Oh yeah, if you've not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Thank you.